Kelsey DeNova here. This is episode 7, season 3 of Say Howdy, Get Rowdy. We're here at Irwindale Speedway. Stoked to get out and practice and try to dial it in and get that 100-point run and get #1 qualifier. So pull up to the line for our first qualifying run, leave the line smooth, throw it in, ride the bank, pretty good, no issues. And then when I'm coming off the bank, I actually was so deep up high that I got into marbles and got loose. And what that did was coming through the infield was like made it very tight between the clipping point and then the second inner wall. And my line was a little off, but actually ended up being really good because I came into the pocket right where the judges wanted with a good amount of angle. Went through the finish line and finished pretty strong. Got a score of 81. I knew there was a lot of room to up that score, so we went out for our second run. I threw it in the bank, more angle on the bank, more power, more smoke. Felt really, really good. And then I transitioned to go through the first inner clip, and when I got on the gas after I downshifted, I realized that there was no gas pedal. It was pretty much gone. So I lifted my foot up and just started pressing on the little peg there on the gas pedal to kind of push myself through, and the run was fantastic through the front clip, threw it into the inner bank, like perfect. Felt really, really confident in the car, and then my foot just basically missed the peg that's, about a foot off the ground in the car and about that big. So I slipped off of it and didn't have enough forward grip to just get away, and the wall sucked me in and I wound up hitting it and bending a lower control arm and a tie rod, but nothing too major. Crew's getting the car fixed and we're stoked to go out tomorrow.
I got something for you, ho ho, I got something for you, come and get it. Yeah, you niggas out of pocket. I don't put my name on nothing, I can't pop it. I put it out, streets gon' cop it. I got something for you, ho ho, I got something for you, come and get it. Yeah, you niggas out of pocket. I don't put my name on nothing, I can't pop it. I put it out, streets gon' cop it. These niggas step in the game now, do for a flame, I burn them. To the cross, they hang off they chain, I serve them. High sales, I feed them and burp them. Spank a nigga over business, it's never been personal, they got the game twisted. Reality's not a dream, when the drugs on the street, niggas die for that cream. I'm from a hood, where the legends get chalked up.
We just went out for top 32 against Kenny Moen. Went out, first run, left the line, threw it into the bank, tons of angle, saw him right there on the side, and then all of a sudden, disappeared. Kind of finished the run going across the front clip. And Danny over the spotter's radio was like, he crashed, just get through the run. So I just kind of grazed the wall, ran it through, and finished the run consistent. We're going into top 16 now against Charles Ng, and I'm stoked to keep moving up the ladder.
You come and get it, yeah, you niggas out of pocket. I don't put my name on nothing, I can't profit. I put it out, streets gon' cop on. I'm the same nigga.
So we pull up to the line for top 16 against Charles Ng. I've actually never battled with him before. He's in a borrowed car from Forrest Wang. Throw it into the bank, up high on the bank, powering through, and as soon as I'm coming off the bank, I notice a huge loss of power. But I'm able to downshift and continue through the track. Maybe not a ton of smoke, not a lot of cool shit going on, but it definitely was able to complete it and get a good solid run in. So because of our power loss, we called 5 minutes. Seemed like it had been fixed. Did the burnout, Had good power, left the line, same thing again. As soon as I get up in the bank, lose all power, down to 200 horsepower. So I try to keep muscling it through, downshift, use whatever nitrous we can to get through. Wasn't having it. Ended up transitioning a little bit too early with no wheel speed and just basically straightening and driving off the track.
Come on.
So 2015 was definitely an interesting year. It was my first year of pretty much giving this 100%, you know, leaving my job at BC Racing to come here and pursue this as much as I could. It was positive. We got to drive with everyone, have a lot of fun. Still ended up top 16 in the championship, even though we had a mechanical failure at pretty much every round. So, you know, on the off season, we're basically just gonna, you know, look at what happened, fix those things, you know, get rid of the weak links and things to keep it going, and you know, hopefully we can have a season where we only have a few mechanical failures and they're not during pivoting points in the series.